Libya, Tunis, not Tripoli, but Algeria. They are all cities that are made of young people, cultured and unemployed. Cultural unemployed generation. This is clearly a long time bomb. This is a reality, and is year by year is worse. As an economist, I tell you, to change the situation, you should need to create 1 million new jobs per year in Egypt for 10 years at least, for 15 years at least, and 100,000 in Tunisia. Simply possible. Simply possible. So, anyone who has to run this situation, I'm afraid that some sort of strong authority must be found somewhere. Either with disagreement between army and opposition, or with a strong regulation of the party, but the social situation has no probability to improve in the short term. Different is Libya. My analysis is that there is no the social situation you have. Libya is a different country. You have 6 million people, but more than 2 million are non-Libyans, and the non-Libyans are the workers of Libya. It's like Saudi Arabia or the Gulf countries. So socially, you have a completely different situation. You have a split between the two countries, Tripolitania and Cyrenaica. They were different even in the Roman times. One part was of Phoenician derivation, the other part Arab, strictly Arab, and they never were sticking together. Not even when the Ottoman Empire was in force. It was some sort of artificial, let's say, union held by the Italian influence and by all the Western powers. It was just, and they never stick together. The former king was from Cyrenaica, Gaddafi was from Tripolitania. The tribes are completely different among each other, and this is the reason why it's absolutely difficult to compare the two cases. In Libya, the foreign policy will be much more important. Well, will be important even in Egypt, because if you look at Egypt from the Israeli point of view, the big question mark: will the American still have the Egyptian army or not? Because from one aspect, it's difficult that any Egyptian government will be so strong to insulate Gaza, to give you a concrete example, because you need, it was something unbelievable, that they could not permit any relation with Gaza. And so we change the situation because Gaza will become, let's say, a bomb, or something much more dangerous. So this is one side. But from the other side, many academic Israeli observers, they say, look, but if the Americans, they will help less, the Egyptian army will collapse. So for us, will be a better situation. So you have these 2 points of view from the internal Israeli policy. And, but in any case, this will change, and Israel, I think, will need to increase or to change the direction of military investments from the sky to the land again, because the situation is moving. In Libya, The war started. The motivation were noble, like Romano told, it's we have to pay the slaughter, but nobody knows who we are backing. The analysis of the new Libyans is difficult to make. It seems that they don't agree following the declaration of each other. They are not group. The different tribes are still acting as different tribes. So Gaddafi is resisting more than forecast. The best known names of the rebels, let us say, of all the revolutionaries are former Blyth aides, previous to foreign affairs, and so to put all our bets on betrayers, on the traitors is quite a risk, because you never know what could happen in the future. So and then clearly oil is becoming more and more important. Most part of oil is in Cyrenaica. And so the idea of the split is not so impossible, even if there is not now any mediator that is doing the mediation, how to handle it. African Union tried, but without success. Then it was too much involved in the Ivory Coast problem. And look, this is a non-pertinent observation, but in terms of human lives, Ivory Coast is much worse than any case of Libya, and we are putting in the second or third page of the paper, but this should be in the first page, in the front page, because this you have day by day terrible problems. I had 2 days ago a telephone conversation with Ouattara, and I found him so worrying. I thought that he was, because I pushed him to shape a unity government, the country. If the country goes on to be split, this will be a tragedy for another 20 years. But he was much more fearful and frightened by the situation than I thought. So he's still, but anyway, coming back to Libya, now we don't really. The mandate of the United Nations is very limited. It's not easy to go beyond it, or at least if you want to supply weapons or distract, let's say, the revolution side, you need a lot of time. You cannot do it in 1 day and so on. So in many cases, I don't know why the mediation that could be done 1 month before in the beginning, and it could be, has not been tried. There was no serious effort to try to prevent this case. And clearly the personality of Sarkozy has a lot of influence in it. The idea that France is leading really a libertarian movement, but handling it in much more, let's say, theatrical way than probably could be done in more diplomatic way. Maybe, in my opinion, having influenced the events till now. And I repeat, I don't think that there will be a good solution unless the mandate is interpreted in a different way, because they are right now, they have destroyed everything they could destroy. There is nothing left to destroy from there. So what they can do now? Nothing, If they start to hit population, of course, something that will
Europe is still divided, because even if Germany is a little more, let's say, smooth, but is still in a different position from France. So when you have a division between France and Germany, clearly the European decision cannot be so strong. So my idea of what the US seems to be divided, or at least reluctant with the action. From one side, they did it for humanitarian reasons. From the other side, they don't want to go beyond a certain limit that I described before. So my scenario is either this new initiative, possibly the African Union, but probably this will be reputed to be too much in favor of Gaddafi, because don't forget that Libya is in theory financing 15% of the African Union budget, but in reality more than that. And Gaddafi has put a lot. After he started to be a troublemaker in Sub-Saharan Africa, he decided to become the king of Africa, and through African Union, and he did a deliberate speech about that. And from the other side, he's financing everything the African Union, And so clearly he has enemies and he has friends. So he's a divisive personality. So I don't think that in this moment to pass from him to some of his sons will be enough to change the situation in the moment. So the consideration is that they represent the same position. His son Saif, who is the most cultured, intelligent, and moderate, he made such a non-moderate speech. He's very intelligent. It's impossible. I didn't recognize him. So I understand the something happened inside the family, but I can give you an explanation because he was the real, not only the face, but the real, moderate of Libya. And so, but now he has identified himself with the hard line. So you can't distinguish inside his family what could be, if Saif should have divided in the beginning, probably could be in some way but now I don't think that things can be like that. So it's an open question. I stop.